All right, greetings, class, and welcome to week number 5. That is right, week number 5 of your 9449 class, which is your business reference class. As always, I'm your professor, Dr. J.S.K. Austin, and we do have 2 worksheets to go over this week. The first thing that I'm just going to say about these worksheets is you do have to. So there were some errors in both of these past 2 worksheets made by a lot of students. Nobody's getting called out here. A lot of you made these same kind of errors, but they were errors that kind of show that you possibly weren't taking your time as you were looking through the database, which is what you are going to need to do. So when patrons are in front of you and when they're looking for help, what they do want the correct information. And so you do have to, I do understand that, everybody is busy and you might have a line or something, and you might have a line of patrons or something like that, and people are waiting to talk to you and that sort of thing. But again, please take your time. There were some point deductions that frankly just didn't need to be point deductions on both of these worksheets because, again, I think that there was some rushing going on, and you just don't want to rush. You want to get your patrons the best information possible, okay? So having said that, let's go ahead and look at what's on tap, and then we will go ahead and review those 2 worksheets. All right, so as far as what's coming up you do have a special assignment due this week, or due this weekend, I should say, and that's going to be the summarize and react to a nonprofit workshop video. So if you go into here, what you will see is, for one thing, all of you have been assigned a video that you need to watch from, if it's not from this playlist, because we actually had more students than I was expecting to have, which is good. I'm glad to have you all here, as I've said before. But because we had more students than I was expecting, that does mean that there weren't enough videos from the Indianapolis Public Library to go around for this assignment, because most of you are assigned a video from Indianapolis Public Library's 2021 nonprofit workshop series. Most of you are assigned something from that. However, there are some of you, as this addendum will show, there are some of you who are assigned other videos because there weren't enough of those videos to go around. So whatever your video is, just make sure for a quick or for easy 2 points, just summarize accurately the contents of the video, and then give a reaction to the video that gives your peers some insight on how useful the video is. Should be easy 4 points. Again, I design my classes for your success. I design them so that it's harder to do bad than it is to not do bad. And I do that because I want you all to be successful. And so this should be 4 easy points to kind of help you out with your grade, especially if you lost some points on some worksheets. And then we do have another worksheet. This one this week is going to be actually a worksheet about data and statistics, and you are going to need your textbook in order to complete that worksheet. And then also you do have a discussion board prompt, okay? So that is what is on tap for this week. Now let's go ahead and, without further ado, because we've got 2 worksheets to go through, I'm going to go ahead and review our previous 2 worksheets and show you all how to arrive at the answers that I've got. All right. Pause. All right. So let's get into reviewing our Mintel worksheet. We're going to do the Mintel worksheet first because that's the one that's fresher in your mind. So we are going to go ahead and acknowledge these permissions and prohibit things. Okay. Here we go. All right. So the first question was, find the most recent plant-based proteins consumer data report from 2022, then select the data book, then select explore demographics for the question, reasons for eating plant-based proteins, then add race to your demographics, and what percentage is the question, what percentage of Asian or Pacific Islander category respondents selected healthier than meat as their #1 reason for eating plant-based proteins. All right, so we're going to go over to Mintel, and the first thing it does say is find the most recent consumer data report. So we're going to go to analytics with consumer data here. up here. And I'm actually just going to search for it. So plant-based proteins. And yeah, so our most recent one was from 2022. So we're going to go to this June 2022 one. All right, and then the next thing we need to do, let's not do that right now. The next thing we need to do is then select the data book. And so, sorry, we are actually already in the data book. Dr. Jace is, I'll admit that I've got the Carolina Hurricanes playoff game going on in the background. And so that is distracting me a little, so I apologize. But we can do a Control F and scroll down, or do a find and scroll to it for reasons for eating plant-based proteins. That's your question right there. And then we are next advised to select Explore Demographics. Okay. And then we're going to add race to our demographics. So the way we're going to add race is we're going to come here, and we are going to scroll down, and we're going to go to race. You could probably do any of those, race and gender and age, or race and Hispanic origin, or any of those, but I'm just going to put race in. And so now we are given this. So now that we have this, as you can see, there are now racial categories that are added here. And I do need to get rid of this. Okay, thank you. And so here's what you see. You see the top one, the top answer, then the second highest answer, and the third highest answer, right? So what you got to do is you got to scroll down, and Asian and Pacific Islander, they had a sample of 111 people, and 15% of those selected as their first choice the reason for the main reason for eating plant-based proteins is this is already selected as healthier than meat. So if you scroll down, you will see the 15% there. That's what we were looking for. Okay, so that answer should have been 15. Quite a few of you got this wrong, and so again, you kind of have to be patient. Give yourself some patience going through the database, okay? The next question is... Okay, yeah, this one. This one gave people some problems as well. So, all right, so this next one here, again, we're going to, for this one, it says to, from the landing page, hover on demographics and select women. So we've got demographics here, and we've got women here. Once we do that, we're shown these, and here is the, so it's asking us for Women's Wellness US 2022. So Women's Wellness US 2022. All right, and then what you're going to do is you're going to find Report Brochure and download. So we're going to go to Report Brochure, and then we get, let me move this, then we're going to get this here. And we're just going to open this PDF. And as you can see, the report price is $4,995. Okay, so that should have been your answer for that one. Let's go to the next question. And the next question is, yes, several of you got this one wrong. And again, this is where you have to kind of be careful. Give yourself some time. Don't rush. Please, please don't rush, especially if you're doing a consultation with a patron, then there really shouldn't be a need to rush because you just have them with you and y'all are doing that one-on-one. I can understand, again, the need to rush when there's somebody ahead in front of you. But, I mean, when you have a line, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place tonight. I understand the need to rush when you have a line, but in this case, let's act as though we don't really have a line in front of us and that you are being given the time to go ahead and find the best information for your patron. And that way you can be thorough. Librarianship, and I'm not a very detail-oriented person myself, and so I had a lot of growing pains within librarianship as well. So don't think it's just you. It was me too. I had to do a lot in order to grow because I'm not a detail-oriented person. But in this case, you do need to be a detail-oriented person. Okay, and I actually So let's look at question number 3 here. Question number 3 is locate the upcoming reports list. And then in what month and year is the next hot and cold cereal report expected to be released? All right, so what you want to do, you can come over here and your upcoming reports are here. All right, you can go to content types, upcoming reports. Okay, and so here's where a lot of you actually messed up. This defaults into July. I can't explain to you why. I don't think it makes much sense, but you have to pay attention. So I'm actually going to go to the next month that is a full month. Right now I'm recording this on April the 17th, 2023. So I'm actually going to click May here. All right. And in May, we don't seem to have this. Okay, so these are the upcoming reports for May. So it doesn't look like we've got the hot and cold cereal one here. So let's go to June. June, now we see hot and cold cereal here. And so you see this, again, upcoming reports in June. So I know this is confusing, and I apologize for that. I do know that that is a confusing nuance within the database. But again, you're going to have to... And it's better, I know that it sucks to lose points because of that, but at the same time, it's better to lose the points now than to give your patron the wrong information. That penalty that you had to take, that penalty hopefully will train you to be a little more attentive to what's going on in the database in the future. So as you can see, again, upcoming reports in June, hot and cold cereal is right there. Most of you got this right, but a lot of you got it wrong. Okay, so don't feel bad if you got it wrong. But again, this is practice, and now you're learning. You're learning that these things can be a little tricky. Okay, so let's go to the next question. And the next question, ooh, I'm too big. The next question, and we're not going to go over question 5 because that was kind of a question for everybody. So what is the contact us physical address for Mintel Group Ltd in London? So really I throw this one in there to just kind of be an easy peasy one so that you can at least get that one free point if you don't get any other free points. All you really have to do is scroll down to contact us. And then when you do contact us, mine does default into New York. However, you can go to London, and that is your London address right there. And I believe, like I said, I believe everybody got that one right. So that one was kind of a gimme. And so that is it for Mintel. Again, we're not going to go over question number 5 because that one was more so a question that, again, everybody was going to get right because all you had to do was tell me something that interested you. So we're going to go over Ibis World now and try to make some sense out of that because we had some similar things going on where I think you all might have felt a little rushed with Ibis World. And so, again, this is why these only have 5 questions at the most, is because I didn't really want you all rushing through them. I wanted you all to take your time and get your feet wet. So having said that, let's go into Ibis World. First of all, let's pull up the Ibis World quiz. That would be the best thing to do right now. So yes, let's go to Ibis World, and we can preview our questions here. So again, we have 5 questions. And so let's start with this one. Who are listed as the major players in the industry with NAICS code 44612? Find the August 2022 report, unless a new report has been published since I wrote this question. And how did you find this information? So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so let's start it off. Again, who are listed as the major players in the industry with NAICS code 44612? Find the August 2022 report, unless a new report has been printed since I wrote this question. And how did you find this information? So we're going to go ahead and put that in there. 44612. Search. That's going to be our NAICS code. That's going to bring us here. And then what we're going to do okay. Well, this is not okay. I am not going to accept blame for this, but and actually I did grade you all based on the August 22 report. It is April 2023, and it looks like they've got a brand new fresh report. So, but I think everybody got this question right. But in order to see, so this is going to be different potentially from the answers that you got in the August 2022 report. But again, we're looking for the major players in this industry with NAICS code 44612. So we are in 44612. And really what you go to major companies, and then you will see major players as an option under major companies. All right. And so really these are probably your big guys right here. Is going to be Ulta Beauty, Bath and Body Works, Sephora, and Sally Beauty Holdings. So if you put those as your major players, then that's cool. That's that's fine, because other companies, if they wanted to be major players, they listed them out. But I do know that some of you also just hit everything that was kind of listed down here, and that's okay too. So I accepted either. And so again, these answers may be slightly different in the April 2023 report from what they were in the August 2022 report, but the process for finding them is the same. So let's go to the next question. And the next question is going to be, Thomson Reuters Corporation has a company report in IBIS World for what company? For what country? Now, I was originally only going to accept the United States as an answer for this, but I ended up accepting Canada as well. So if you do Thomson Reuters Corporation, so again, we've got Thomson Reuters Corporation has a company report in IBIS World for what country? I copied and pasted and put that right there. Now, most of you got the United States, and that was what I was looking for. However, I think what ended up happening was that, because again, several of you put Canada, and I'm not exactly sure why, but because it is headquartered in Canada, I decided to go ahead and let that slide. Okay, so I do believe that the answer really should be the United States, because again, when you come in and look at this benchmarking report, you've got that USA flag right there, but it says Thomson Reuters is a company, public company headquartered in Ontario. And so several of you, again, put Canada. And so I was just like, well, I guess we're going to just let that slide. So, and if there was another way that you all did arrive at Canada, if you want to tell me how you did that by email so that I'll know, I would be more than happy to have that information, because I definitely don't want to ever say somebody's wrong when they were in fact right. But I was looking for the United States for this one. For question number 3, that is in the breweries in the USA January 2023 report, what tab reveals concentration in this industry rating, and what is that rating? All right, so okay, so the way we're going to go about this is, I'm actually just going to copy and paste this. So breweries in the U.S., let's move me here, and then we can stick that right there. Click search. Okay, and so now we've got this industry report right here, breweries in the United States. No, the answer that I was looking for was high. Some of you put medium, but it was so many of you that put medium that I was like, okay, again, maybe I'm doing something wrong. So if somebody who selected medium wants to go ahead and email me and let me know how you got to that, please do so. I did go ahead, because so many of you put medium, I was just like, whatever. It was like half said high and half said medium. So I was like, maybe I'm doing something wrong. But really, the way to find this information, so we've got breweries in the U.S., January 2023, and really, it's the tab that you're going to want is going to be competitive landscape. So you've got these various tabs over here to the left, and competitive landscape, when you're talking about concentration, that's a market share issue. So that's something that's going to have to deal with the various companies and their competitors within the industry. So if you select market share concentration, you will see that the concentration in this industry is high. And so that is the answer I was looking for. Concentration in this industry should have a high rating. Again, about half of you said medium, and I'm not sure where that came from, but I would, again, if somebody would like to share with me how y'all got to that answer, I would love to hear it. So, but the correct answer is high, and half of you did have high. So with that said, let's go to the next question. Our next question is going to be, what is the Canada industry report number or NAICS code number for the industry oil drilling and gas extraction in Canada. And so this should be another one where you really just have to copy and paste. So I'm going to go to the home page and again move myself. And I'm just going to copy and paste in here. Search. It actually just popped up anyway as autofill. But this is it. Oil drilling and gas extraction in Canada. And that NAICS code is right up there. And that NAICS code is going to be, well, we saw it. Oh, there we go. So 21111 or 21111 CA. Again, that's 2 and then 4 ones. 21111 CA. And so I believe everybody did get that question right. And then finally, find the glossary in this database and how does the glossary define barriers to entry. All right, so to find this information, usually if you're asked for a glossary or something like that, or a definition, a good place to go usually with library databases is whatever help option or help center you have. So I'm going to go to the help center here, and we actually do, as you see here, product FAQs. We do have a glossary of industry terms. So if we go to the glossary of industry terms, we will see that barriers to entry is actually the first option that we get. And you can just copy and paste this. And again, I believe that all of you got this correct. So those are the answers to those questions there. Again, for the things, if you want to dispute something that I said was wrong that you feel was right, go ahead and email me and let me know. Also, again, especially for, again, half of you on one of the IDAS World questions listed medium as the concentration, the industry concentration, and I believe it should have been high, but if somebody wants to email me and let me know how you all arrived at medium, I would love to see that. So that's pretty much it, or that is it actually, and so we are under 23 minutes. Let's keep it that way. I hope you sped it up. I am Dr. Jace, and you are almost at the end of this race, but we will see you next week. Have a great week, everybody.